Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial. Today I will show you how I made figures like these. Um, I'll quickly showcase how you can add atoms so you can, for example, showcase where cations are positioned at. So I did a bit of work prior to this presentation. What I did is I already loaded in the chabazite structure and I adjusted my boundaries already a bit. So why I did this, I want to have actually, I showed this in previous slides, but what I wanted to have is actually this cage, which you can see over here in the middle, but also three double rings or double six ring memory rings. So one on top, one on the bottom, and one on the side. So what I did is I changed my boundaries a bit and I added some of the cutoff planes. So this you can find by trial or error or look to the crystallographical structure and decide which one is necessary. But this way you get this nice structure. The next thing I changed was I changed a bit of the bonds. So I used a quite big cylinder with a different colors. This way you get this nice yellow, which you can obviously see quite a few times in the literature. And I changed my radius of my atoms a bit. This way you get this nice figure over here. And that's it actually. This is what I've shown in previous slides already or in previous presentations already, how you can do this stuff. Now, how do we add these atoms in here? There's two ways to do this. I'll first show you the first way. So if we go to our edit data section, we can go to structural parameters and we can, rather than just having our oxygens and silicon, add a new atom. Well, let's add a new atom. Let's make it neon. It doesn't really matter which one you take. You can change it afterwards. I'll put there fake, just so I know that this is not part of a structure. And you can do a bit by trial and error or look at the distribution again to place it somewhere. And again, you get them over here. This way you can play around with it. You can see what you want, where you want it. Easiest thing is to look to the crystallographical structure and determine where you want them. Now, a drawback of using these methods is you can see sometimes they're placed outside of the cage. You can again use cutoff planes as well, or you can manually remove them. By using the selection tool, you can remove them, pressing delete, they're gone. Now, this can be handy, again, if you want to do a quick and dirty way. I think I left them, well, it's similar, it's not exactly like this. If you just want to have one, you can do it. Drawback again, doing quick and dirty, if you would make some future adjustments and make them visible or something like this, they will become again available on there. You have to delete them again and so forth. So this can be a bit cumbersome. So another way of doing this, I'll first delete them again. So they're never there. Is make a new face. Let's make a new structure. We place it exactly where we want. I will just leave it as it is. You'll see in a second why. Then if you go to the unit cell, you can choose your symmetry. I want to just press molecule because then you get a X, Y, Z axis, typically as you know it. If you press apply, you will see that over here there is an additional axis. So you can see, let me show it a bit better. Over here, really you can see it's just a normal three-dimensional plane or three-dimensional axis rather than following the symmetry of this. And this makes it a lot easier to add molecules, because if we now go to structure and we go to the face tool, which is our new structure we created, we can add an atom. Let's add lithium, for example, and we can position it somewhere random. There you go. You can see it's at the bottom. Maybe I want to place it here like a bit in the middle of this ring. So you can take a look to the XY plane, which you see over here on the bottom. You can see XY plane and you can see it's a bit off from the center. So I think it's like 7 or something. That's close. It's not exactly in the middle, but close enough for this tutorial. And move the Y coordinate as well. There you go. You can see it's almost close to the middle. Be careful if you do it this way. Wait, let's just first finish it and then I'll explain you why you have to be careful. So you see, it's not yet perfectly in the middle, but we have to only go upwards on the Z axis. This is in blue. So by trial and error, you can just move it around. There you go. Let's put it maybe a bit lower, somewhere like here would make sense. So you get an atom, you can position it wherever you want to place it. And now this can be your figure. However, be a bit careful because you're not losing any crystallographical data. You're not applying the symmetry. You're literally just placing an atom where you want it to be. So depending on what your goal is, you can do this for visualization purpose. I think this is perfectly fine. But if you want to discuss this is the exact position of where an atom is, that's very dangerous to do. You have to follow crystallographical symmetry for that. But for visualization purposes, this is perfectly fine. So, and that's it. It's very easy. You could now repeat this process for other components. And if you want, you can always change the style of these atoms. You can go to atoms, this is lithium, but you can make it blue. I think that's the one I used over here. Remove the shininess. I included it. I have no clue anymore. But you can see this way you get, well, you can still pimp it. It's not exactly the same, but you can pimp it all the way how you want it, and you get these nice figures as well. So that's a quick tutorial on how to add atoms. Certainly you can add molecules in the same manner to it. So yeah, thank you for listening.